With quarterback for this year, what have you learned so far? Where are you at in terms of that competition?
Well, right now, Dalen Morris has emerged as a top quarterback. And again, Dalen's been very, very patient. And he's kind of handled things very, very well. Obviously, being in that position, the last year, Perry coming in and beating him out. Dalen never once complained. And just went to work. And just focused on what his issues were as far as making decisions. But he is coming to camp and he is on a mission. His footwork has been superb. His decision making has been superb. And again, I hope I don't jinx him today. But he's been a really pleasure to watch. And I'm truly happy for him. Again, he's have to keep doing it. He has to carry that over into the season. He has to carry that confidence he's playing with right now over into the season. So ask him today what he wants to see in practice. The coach just more pressure, just put more pressure on me, and we'll make sure I'm ready. And again, in all my years here, a one-year starter as a senior has always played well. So hopefully that trend continues for him. I'm happy for him.
With his emergence, I know there's a crowded, group there. Where is Chance at this point? Because I know at the start of camp you had said you wanted to know quickly how he would take to the position.
And he was doing really well. He was doing really well, and I was very, very pleased with him. I love his leadership. But our issue right now is at A-back. We've lost a couple of guys, so we felt we have to be our best. And with Dalen's emergence, we felt we can move Chance back to A-back again to just give us a lot of good players. Okay, now at receiver, I think we're probably the best we've been in a long, long time at receiver. You got Michael Cooper, you got Walker, you got Matthews. All those guys are out there. We have a handful of players that wide out that we can win with and play with. So we felt it was better to move Chance back to A-back, which is where he started.
Right.
Because C.J. Williams is still questionable. So to give us more players there, and we feel better now about our depth at A-back with moving Chance there.
And would Perry be the number 2 on the quarterback depth?
Yeah, number 2, and he's doing well. Perry just wants to be ready to play. And again, and he understands. Obviously, I laid it out to him. And I told him again. I told him this back in the spring. He just never really separated himself from those other guys. Mm-hmm. In my mind, he should have been light years ahead of all those guys because he got all the reps last fall. He got all the reps last fall. All the game reps last fall. So, but he never truly just separated himself to where it was not even a question that who the next guy was, So Dalen came in with a purpose, and he went out there and he took it basically.
At fullback, I know, Jamel obviously had a fantastic year last year. Nelson is a great known commodity, but it's a bruising position that there is in-season attrition at times.
Yes. Is
that an area of focus to build depth there? And is there a definitive third guy that kind of has emerged?
Well, obviously right now, Jamel's doing great. We just got to improve on, Jamel's blocking, which, it goes without saying. We don't want to we want him to block decent, but his strengths are carrying the football, which is what we want him to do. Nelson is our powerful back, as far as getting there and doing his deal. Third, right now we moved James Harrison to his third position. Right. Coach McDonald feels really good about James. He's a more powerfully built kid. A very, very physical runner, so right now, and we have another senior there that we feel good about. But again, those top 3 guys, right now will be the guys that we're going to the season with, and hopefully that we can bring James Harris along. He can get better and better and better and be ready to obviously, be with Jamel next year as we keep this 1-2 punch going.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Bill Bergman.
Hey, Coach. Phil Bergman with Navy Sports. Touching on Dalen a little, being a senior and having no spring and this different fall, how does his grade and his just experience play into this decision?
Well, it's not about experience or anything like that. It's just about a young man that came into camp with a purpose. And you can watch, you can see, he's been really, really good every single practice. Okay, and again, Dalen's issue was his decision making, and I've always told Dalen that, and again, there's other issues too that we discussed, that again I won't get into, but again, the biggest deal was just his decision making, and we made that known to him, and he came in this fall with a purpose, Now again, being a senior, he's been in the program, for this being his 4th year. Okay, he's been in that quarterback room this entire time, so he's heard all the coaching points. It was always there for Dalen. Okay, it was always there, just a matter for him just putting it all together and coming out and basically taking it. And he's come out, he's made great decisions, he's taking care of the football, he's not made any bad decisions in the passing game. So it's been really good to see. And again, for a senior, to go through the program for 4 years and to come into a senior year and to take the position and be your number one guy, I'm happy for the young man. Again, and I'm not saying anything against Perry, but Davis looked the best, and it's not a secret. It's pretty obvious, and again, at the same time, right, we got to have two guys that are ready to play, So again, he's got to continue to, make sure Perry's ready to play, make sure he's dialed in. So, if and when Dalen, Andrews as part of the game, Perry got to be ready to come right in and keep the offense going. So I'm excited about what we have. And again, Tyler Gossman and Masai both are doing great as well. So we've been able to get a lot of guys reps because we changed prices a little bit this fall. So I'm very pleased. But with our top two guys, I'm very, very happy.
The offense as a whole, moving from week 1 at camp to week 2, what growth and improvement do you want to see from the whole offense?
Just main thing is just taking care of the football. Our main focus right now is obviously to be a good football team. We got to take care of the football, which is the main thing we have to do. And the second thing is just know what we're doing. So we get them a lot of different looks. Make sure that they understand on each play where to go. And for the QBs is to get us in the right play when the defense changes on us. If we can do those 3 things and again, and maintain care of the football and not giving a game away, we have a chance.
Last question from me, just for the fans, any players really impressing you that you haven't mentioned yet so far in fall camp?
Dating that's come to surface and being solid. Justin Self, moved to center. It's going to replace Ford Higgins, is doing well. But again, as a whole, everybody's doing great. We're very, very pleased. And it's a matter of continuing to practice, and we're doing a little different now, trying to simulate, contact. We have a thing called the blaster that I think all the players hate it. This thing's been around forever. It's almost like a torture machine or something like that, but we put the guys in there, get them ready to play. I think it's the closest thing that you can get to actual contact. Our kids hate it, but at the same time they love it because it does get them ready to play. So everybody's doing great. We just got to continue to get prepared and go out there and get after it.
Well, I'll go back to Dalen since that's somewhat new news today. My observation of Dalen, and also from talking to you and Coach Niamad, is that he's always been really good as a drop-back passer. That's what he looks most comfortable doing. Running the option's been his issue in the past. Can you tell us, where he stands as far as running the option, reading the option, running, that type of thing?
The thing I always look at is mechanics. Dalen's always been mechanically sound. Ricky Dow was mechanically sound, but Ricky struggled reading it. Ricky was a good quarterback, So Dalen is doing great right now as far as mechanics. His footwork he's been on point every single day. It's almost like he's taken our book and taken each diagram of his footwork, and he has it down to a T. So I'm very, very excited where he is now. Full speed reps we have to get, obviously, yes, but again, for a senior who's been in the program, he's gotten a bunch of reps. He knows what I'm looking for and what he has to do, so not just a matter of getting out there and doing it. But again, but he's by far right now the number one guy, so, and again, I'm excited for him, looking for him to getting out there and playing, and proving everybody wrong if there's any doubters, and obviously, and again, making me look good.
So what about Dalen as a running threat? Because I'll be honest, I've never seen him run the ball enough to even have any idea what kind of runner he is. But looking at his body type, he looks more like a Ricky Dobbs, Aaron Polanco, Brian Hampton sort between the tackles, more so than perimeter. Can you speak on his running ability and what kind of runner?
All those guys were between tackle runners. Okay, they were all. Polanco, all those guys were 1,000-yard rushers. Okay. Now, again, you're not going to see Malcolm Perry, so we can get that out of our mind right now. I've told myself that, we're not going to see Malcolm Perry, but again, Dave's a good athlete, he's a good athlete, and the thing I'm looking for, think about Will Worth. Will Worth wasn't wasn't this dynamic runner, so the thing that we did in the staff room and what we did as an offense is everybody sat down and said, okay, guys, we put out there this year, it's not going to be Malcolm Perry. So let's just get that out of mind right now. Let's go back to when we had the physical runner. But Dave's a lot more athletic than a Zach Abey. He's a lot more athletic than a Will Worth. So he can do a lot more things than they can on the perimeter. So again, it's just a matter of getting out there and playing, and again, obviously, he hasn't played much, but again, being senior starter. You know, he has experience of just being in that room. I know what I'm looking for, know what it takes to win football games. And he has to go out there and be our quarterback, make great decisions. And again, if anything, not lose the game. That's what I'm looking for. Go out there, run the offense, be smart, execute it, you know, and if you can win the game, great, but let's not lose the game, you know. So I'm excited for him.
So I do think he looks like a very comfortable drop back passer. He just has that look. He stands tall in the pocket. He's a big body. He throws a nice ball. Coach Niamat had mentioned on a previous call with the media that one thing you're able to do more in this current climate is 7-on-7 skeleton drills.
Yes.
Is this play into that a little bit? Maybe that you may throw the ball a bit more and this guy fits that mold of a really nice drop back passer?
He does, you know, but at the same time, we're always going to, you know, do what it takes to win the football game, you know. So when we had Ricky Dobbs, you know, Ricky was probably the best that we've had in this offense, you know, in my opinion. I mean, the kid had a great release. He threw a great ball, catchable ball, you know. But again, Ricky was threw for maybe 1,500 yards his senior season, you know. So it's there. Just a matter of, you know, when we get in the game, we'll see how people are playing. But just having a guy that has the ability to throw it gives us more peace of mind. Okay, Malcolm, you know, threw the ball well enough to be effective. Okay, Dalen can be a lot more effective with his throwing ability. We can do a lot more with Dalen. We had our first 15-minute Skelly period yesterday. We ran like 30 plays of Skelly. You know, so having those ability to do that is there for us. It's just going to help us as an offense because again, now people have to understand we have a quarterback back there now that can actually throw the football. Okay, exceptionally. Okay, and again, not taking nothing away from Malcolm. Malcolm did a great job in our passing game, mainly our play-action passing game, which is what we want to be good at. We're a great running team because of him. People come up, throw over their heads. But with Dayton, we can do a lot more, you know, in our offense. So again, it all remains to be seen when we get into games. We're going to go into the game with our same mindset, try to win the football, try to start the game running the football, get people to come up, but also keep people off balance, you know, throw the football around a little bit. And again, just be a more, I won't say more balanced, you know, maybe try to throw it in the mid to the high teens, you know, but at the same time, if we can run the football and win the game and not throw it once, I'm pretty sure we'll do that, you know. So it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know, but at the same time, having a guy back there that gives us a threat to throw the football definitely helps us.
Just to be clear, Chance is now at slot back full-time?
Yes, he is. Yes, full-time at slot back, you know.
On that note, it came to my attention over the weekend that 2K left the team, and so did Tyreek King-L. So that's some losses at slot back. I think Keone Cordell was slated to be a starter. He was a projected starter. Can you talk about the loss of those two guys?
I mean, they made those decisions, you know, and we respect their decisions and we support their decisions, you know. With the way the world is right now, they feel it's best for them and their families, you know, that they do not participate, you know. So we just next man up, you know, and we still see those guys around and talk to them. They're still part of the Navy football family. Love them to death, you know, but again, they made their decisions, you know. As a football team, you know, we had to move forward, you know. Again, the position did suffer from his loss, but at the same time, we moved guys in there. Devin High's in there now, and Chance's in there now, you know. So when we get CJ back, it's going to be a good position for us, you know. So we're excited about it, you know. The thing that we got to play some football, man. You know, I want to play some football, you know. So I'm excited about what's to come.
Are you able to say was that an opt-out decision related to the virus?
I mean, it's their decision. I'm not gonna get too much into that. You know, it was their decision to do it. You know, and I'm not gonna comment much more on that. You know, so I respect what they decided. But as a football team, we have to move on.
All right, last from me, any clarity on the left side of the line as far as who's emerging at left guard and left tackle?
You know, it's still a work in progress. But the thing about it is we have depth to the point to where we have guys who are good football players there. Okay, you know, Shane Ratty's there now. You know, and at the left guard, and Stango's at the left tackle. You know, but at the same time, behind those guys, we have Luca Fraziani's there. You know, who's a guy that will go out, and he has a lot of tools. He's very athletic, and he has a great motor. And he'll go out there and fight. You know, so again, hopefully those guys, the guys who are on the second offensive line, our left guard, left tackle, we think we'll eventually move up, you know, and challenge those guys who are on the first offense right now, you know. So again, we're confident, you know, we can find a left guard and left tackle to help us get through the season. You know, right now we're firm at center, right guard, and right tackle. The biggest thing is going to be is can we do what we did last year, man, is have an entire starting O-line run the table and not get hurt all season long. That was huge. That was unheard of, you know. So something you don't think about until actually the end of the season comes. So hopefully that can happen for us again this year.